Alright, y'all, we're back at it. Today we're going to do a little jig tying video. We've tried to put a couple out there while we're fishing, and man, I tell you, I am not very technologically advanced. Our sound, man, it's really been aggravating, and getting ready to get busy. And but I've seen a couple of our guys that's been tying their own jigs, and a few struggles. So today we're going to make a little how-to video on tying our jigs. They've been proven. You've seen our videos, you've seen the fish that they catch. I'm actually finishing up an order for a guy right here. I got 2 left I need to do, and I'm going to show y'all how we do it. And it's a simple, effective way. You can get into tying your own jigs for not a whole lot. You'll see my my vise right here. It's the cheapest one I believe you can get. I think it's like $14.99. It doesn't spin, it doesn't rotate. Basically, all you need is something to hold your jig head solid. You know, in a pinch, you could use a pair of vice grips. In fact, you could probably put 3 together and make it work. But anyways, I've got the for $14.99, and you know, you got some flash here, some marabou tail, and then some chenille. We're going to be tying the ever popular gray goose pattern right now, and but basically I'm just going to show you the basics of putting one together, and one that will last. All right, so we got our jig head. I actually pour my heads on the hook, that way I can pick out what hooks I like. I'm just going to be honest with you. I do not like a sickle hook. I hope everybody that fishes against me in a tournament is using a sickle hook, but I do not like them. Anyways, so we start our thread. We're going to wrap it around. Just get it snug, go up. I don't have a set amount of time that I wrap it, just whatever looks good. And if you'll notice, you got the hook point right here. Don't go past that hook point. Just in front of is a good place to stop. And I'm going to go back to the head. I'm going to cut my thread off like so. In just a second after this, I'm going to show you how to thread that bobbin that you see spinning around here. So I got my thread on. I'll take just a little bit of Sally Hansen, put that on my thread. That locks that in. Get a little bit of marabou, get a little pinch here. I don't measure, I just eyeball it. Snip it off. Look at it. That looks good. And once you line them up, you'll be surprised how consistent you are just by eyeballing it. Tie just about that hook point, wrap it back. Now that's not enough, you need a little bit more. One thing when you're picking out your marabou, I want to see if I can find a piece here to look at. A lot of times, you don't want a stem in there, you don't want a thick stem. If you can find a real thin one, that's fine. Like say you got this piece right here, and here's your center stem. All right, you can barely see that in there. That's actually an excellent piece. But all this down here is very usable as well. Don't be wasting your marabou. But now if this was thick and you could see that stem and it was stiff, I wouldn't like that, nor would I use it. If I'm not going to tie my jig with it, I'm not going to tie your jig with it. All right, put her on there like so. Wrap it again. Come back across. That looks bushy enough. Now when that gets wet, it's going to slick down and has a real nice action in the water. Alright, you got a piece of flash. You see it. If you'll double that up, like so. The ends are in my finger. Put it over the head, like so. Come up and tie that thing down. Just like that right there. And then let it go. The thing you put your flash on. If you want, you know, a bunch on there, that's fine. On a simple, kind of a duller pattern like that, I think that's plenty. I'll reapply just a hair bit of Sally Hansen on here. Just lock everything in. This jig, once it dries, you will actually have to take some 10 snips to cut the chenille off. I mean, it's solid on here, but it's not gonna fall apart on you. Wrap it around. All right, you got your chenille tied on, and then just wrap it around. Now, if you had one of those rotating vise, you just hold it and spin that, but we don't have that. We just spent $14.99. Gives me more money to buy different chenilles and marabou tails and thread and hooks and lead molds. All right, so we got that on there. Pull that thread tight, and you see how when you pulled it tight, it kind of hid that thread. All right, now this is the trick. You lay this on this thread like so, if y'all can see that. Bring it up, it forms an X. Can you see that? Bring that X right down to the head. Keep it tight against the head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See my jig getting tight in the vise. That's why it moved just a little bit. But you want to keep that thread tight. 7. They say, Kevin, why are you tight with 7? Well, in the Bible, 7 was the number of completion. So I figured that's a good number for me to wrap that head with. Because it's complete. It's finished. Put your little Sally Hansen there on the thread. I'll put a little on the head to keep that shiny lid. If you want it dull, don't put any. And there it is. That's your complete head. You can fix your flash there. You got around the hook. As you can see, she's ready to go. That will catch you a bunch of fish right there. All right. So you're like, show me the trick with the bobbin. Now they make bobbin threaders, something else to keep up with, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's say I've changed my threading. Put your threading in here, simple. This is not a good thread. This is some eBay thread. It's not waxed. I do like a waxed thread. But you just thread it through here. If I can see, well, I tell you, age will get to you. So you just start the thread in that hole right there, right? And you come up here and you suck it through just like that. It'll save you time with a bobbin threader. Save you a couple bucks buying one and having to find one. We're going to tie you another one real quick. Go back over what we did. Got our head we poured. This is a 16th peel head, freestyle. Take our thread, hold it, and start wrapping. You're wrapping over top of that little piece there. Come back to the head. Easy peasy. Apply your Sally Hansen. Like so. Marabou. Pick you some out. You don't want too much, but you want just enough. You'll have to kind of learn that. That looks good to me right there. A little trial and error. Wrap her on there. Wrap it back. Put a piece of flash. Tie her on. Put a little Sally Hansen. Put your chenille. Lay it down so it's good and solid. Start your thread. Come back. snug. I wrap one side around this way, and I'll wrap one side around this way on either side of the chenille, so it's good and secure. Again, lay it down, pick it up, you got an X like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Trim the excess and a dab of Sally Hansen. Put a little Sally on them threads. It don't get much simpler than that. Boom. And that will catch you a pile of fish. So, you've seen how to do it. Go check out some places. You got Nimrods, you got eBay, Barlow's have got stuff. They're a little high. Just do a little Google search. You'll find a lot of stuff out there. And I think there's a few individuals now. If you go on any of the forums, the Facebook sites, you can buy materials. It don't take a lot to get started, and it's fun. You know, it's fun catching fish on something that you created. But also, if you see me using our prototype blue Southern Crappie rods in our previous videos, they are finally in stock. If you will, you can go to southerncrappierods.com and look for the phone number and give Ed a call. I'm not sure that he's going to list those on the site. I think it's just basically a call-in thing. There was only a few hundred that were in production, just kind of test the need and how well they sold. So if you want them, you need to be calling him and get a hold of them now. I stopped by there Monday myself and picked several up, and oh man, I'm telling you. But that's all that's in my boat right now. I don't fish with any junk. If I found a better rod, I'd be using it. But in my boat, it's the blue Southern Crappie rods. But anyways, we're going to be filming. This should be our last tournament of the season this Saturday. We're going to stick the camera back there. I'm not making any promises how it's going to turn out. We were one the other Saturday, and the wind was blowing 20 miles an hour, and it wasn't good. There was no sound other than so anyways, y'all stay tuned. Remember to like and subscribe. Show the channel some love. Show some support on there so we can continue to make these videos. See y'all next time.